everyone. Welcome to Steve Jackson Games Live. I'm GloryHoundd, and today we are going to be looking at the Awful Green Things from Outer Space Pocket Box. This is for 2 players. It should last about 60 to 90 minutes. We're opening up this box today, and this is from the classic Pocket Box bundle of games that has a whole bunch of stuff in here, okay? And I'll go over this here in a second. I also want to say hi to everybody in our chat today. It looks like we have a bunch of people. I saw Kim and Paulo and Jason and Stephen Miller. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, and Oliver too. So if you guys want to see anything specific or up close, let me know, as I am here to talk with you guys, answer questions, and show off the game. So the classic Pocket Box bundle here includes the Undead Necromancer Raid on Iran, 1-page bulge Kung Fu 2100 Awful Green Things, and then a couple of really cool little classic folders. I'm going to show you guys like the inside of this, as well as I'm going to go in depth into the Awful Green Things from Outer Space Pocket Box, but I will be opening up every single one of these every week and then doing a playthrough for these. So I'm excited to go through all of these right here. So Paula's interested in Car Wars, GURPS, and the Fantasy Trip. Well, I know that they do have a Fantasy Trip sort of pocket box. They have the Wizard and the Melee version, and I thought that they were on sale at one point. I'm not sure on Warehouse 23 where they're at. I think they're temporarily closed right now as far as shipping goes, but I believe that they are available on Warehouse 23. But I wanted to do a really quick look here at the folders that come with this, because that's something I'm not specifically going to be showing off a whole bunch, okay, when I'm opening up boxes. But look at the art on these guys. The folders here are just amazing. Look at this. Those are so cool. I'm going to put like so much stuff in these folders. Phineas says, I still own my Dragon 28 Awful Green Things from 1978. That's awesome. I was introduced to the Awful Green Things when they did like a board game reprint of it, and maybe, I don't know, that might have been, I want to say maybe 10 years ago or something. It was a little while ago, so I'm happy to see it brought back because it is a really fun game. I'm going to go to the table so you guys can see everything here, okay? So this is the classic Pocket Box bundle right here, and I'll show those up there, but we're going to take a look at this one right here, okay? I'm telling you, these folders and the art on these are just like killer. That one's my favorite right there. Like, I'm so excited. I have never played this Necromancer game here, guys, and I'm so excited to try this one here. Also, this Undead one. I have a thing with the Gothic games. I like the Gothic games, okay? But we're going to open up this one here. All right. And these are like super sturdy as far as opening. Here we have the case. It has a little backstory thing here. And I don't know, since a lot of you might not have been introduced to this game. Basically, you have a ship with a crew and a bunch of aliens have landed on it. And you're trying, it's a 2-player game. So the crew is trying to get rid of the aliens, and the aliens are trying to get the crew members and basically murderize all of them. And you have the crew that can like try to escape or blow up the entire thing, and the crew has like a robot that does stuff that the aliens are particularly a little nervous about and stuff. It is a super cute game. And of course the aliens, you know, like they populate. So they run around and they get really big, and then they go ahead and populate the board by laying eggs and stuff. And then the people have all these awesome little items that they end up using in the game to try to get rid of the aliens. And I think the really cool part about that is the fact that the items that they end up using don't always work. For every game, you end up pulling little chits to see if that item, once you try it the first time, actually worked on the alien or not, which I think is just hilarious. So here's the dice that you're going to be using in the game that do have the little pyramid on them. I love this purple dice. This purple dice here is awesome. Yes, the 1-page cartoon that came with it. So I called it 37 Blank Shot Off Doc. Let me see if I can get these dice in view here. So this one here is like an opaque sort of white dice. And this one here is a clear, sparkly purple. You can kind of see the sparkles in there a little bit. It's hard to see with the camera, though. These are cool looking dice. So those are the dice that come in with it. We already saw the instructions here. Instructions are a really simple read. They're a really simple read, guys. Let's try to get this in focus here. And as you can see here on all the little chits here, you have, it's very simple here. This is going to be your movement for the game. This is going to be your number of dice that you roll for an attack. And then here's the number you have to hit or go over in order to get rid of this person off of the board here. Always test your area effect weapons on one green thing. Always blast when you turn a stack of green things into fragments accidentally. Exactly, Phineas. That's exactly it. Because the items that you have, I just love the fact that you're like, maybe they're going to work, maybe not. So you do have all of your little chits here. Your yellow ones here are going to be all of your awful green things, as you can see right there. And you're going to have fully grown adults. You're going to have like the medium ones. You're going to have like little eggs. You're going to have like just beginning little younglings here. And then here's some of the weapons up here that you end up using. And then these are like the little effect pieces here. And these cardboard pieces here, they're a decent cardboard with, like, they're not super flimsy or anything like that. And then we have most of our good guys right here. Try to put all these out. Here are all of our little ship crew members, and they all start at different points or different parts of the ship. And then some of the other weapons that you have here. And I really like that they end up starting where you would think they would start. You know, like the doctor or the pilot's going to start in the, where they're going to be driving the plane, or not the plane, the ship and everything. And the doctor is going to start in the med bay and stuff like that. Oh, nice, Flying Wombat. You have the full-size box version. That's awesome. I like the pocket boxes just because it's a good one that you can take with you anywhere and just play like on the road sort of thing, you know? Here are some little sheets here that you have that you can cut out these extra chits if you need them. They're like backups here, which I like. And plus they're just nice to have there. And we have, of course, we have the map, guys. Here's your ship. Here's the ship. Oh, I didn't even think of how big the map was going to be, too. The Zuntar is the ship name. That's right. And here's going to be your lovely ship. And whenever you're starting out, since this is a two-player game, one person is playing the aliens and one person is playing the ship's crew. The ship's crew kind of has like their designated areas that they go to on this map. And then the awful green things, they roll in order to see where their first placement is, and then they kind of branch out from there. So your setup is variable with it. The sort of weapons that you're going to be able to use are variable with it. The items that you end up trying to get or only occupy certain areas, like in the cargo hold is going to be your little lightning net here, and so on this, okay? Oh, hi Marie, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the kind comments. So with this map here, all you gotta do is lay it out, and I usually end up putting just like a couple little heavy things on my like paper maps, because this is like old school game sort of stuff, actually super old school game sort of stuff. This would have been like black and white and everything. I have a few old paper mats still, but I put some heavy things on the ends here to keep it nice and flat. But this is nice paper, guys. I wish you could like feel these things, but I can only tell you how nice they feel. It's not like I can actually show you, but it's a little bit heavier grade paper and stuff like that. So this would be your map that you'd be playing on and trying to get each other. And, you know, I'm going to go over the different ways to win here really quick, just because I want to make sure that I get them all so I remember, because there are a few different ways that you earn points and can win the game. So you can have the crew escape. You can have the Zuntar self-destruct. And what was it? Oh, and then the aliens can take over the Zuntar. And the aliens are going to get different points per if the Zuntar is taken over or not, and if they escape or not. Like, your points get halved at that point. And then you're going to add up the constitution of the remaining people that you have on the map here, and that's how you're going to kind of get that points balance at the end there. So someone can escape, and then like the aliens can still technically win, you know? Green things should always try to take the hangar bays to prevent escape. Phineas is giving you pro tips right here, guys, on how to play. Totally. This is the awful green things from outer space, which I'm super excited to play. We're going to be doing our playthrough here on Friday, which is going to be super awesome. It's going to be me versus Dr. GloryHoundd. We're also going to be doing a Deadly Doodles play along, guys. I don't know how many of you on here like Deadly Doodles, but I know that Hunter has also been doing a lot of playthroughs as well, or play alongs as well with that, where since it is a flip and write game, if you have a map of your own at home, and I believe we do have some downloadable ones, that you can go ahead and download those and play along and then show your points at the end there and kind of compare with everybody that has played, as well as Hunter or me as we're playing. So I know Phineas has obviously played Awful Green Things from Outer Space. Who else has played this in the chat? I thought I saw somebody else up there as well. I'm going to scroll up here really quick. But Phineas has like all the super pro tips on this. There was somebody else I thought had played it. This is a good game, guys. It's rated super well on BGG and everything. So much fun to play. Who doesn't want to be aliens taking over a ship, right? I mean, in my house, you have to roll. You have to roll to see who gets to be the aliens because everybody wants to be the aliens. Ken King, long ago. As far as putting everything back in the box here, I'm going to show you. They have two little baggies, which I had taken out. We had this bag, and there was another bag that I might have thrown to the side here. So once you do go ahead and punch all of these little pieces here, you're going to have a little baggie to put them all in. And I usually separate them one and then the other. Where'd my other baggie go? Oh no, we have an escape bag. I'll have to get another one. But at least they give you some bags with these as well, because sometimes whenever I open games, I'm like, geez, guys, you gave me so many little pieces to punch out and then like one bag for it all? I don't think so. So we had a couple of them in there. Stephen Miller played a long time ago, and so did Ken King. What do you guys think about the pocket box version of this? This reminds me of like the old VHS videos that you can stack up on like in your little cubby space there, right? And green things should target the 4 cruise speed first, right? Because you don't want them running around, right? But this is going to be our next lineup here for the next week too, as far as what we're going to end up playing. And you know what? Actually, in the comments, why don't you guys let me know which pocket box that you guys want me to open up next? Because this one here I picked purely because I've played it before, and it's really good, and I really liked playing it. But I actually have not played any of these. So which ones do you guys think that I should play next for next week on this? Because I'm leaning towards these ones here. But this one-page Battle of the Bulge, I'm kind of interested in this one here too. And I don't know how Kung Fu 2100 would go. Like, I haven't even looked in these boxes yet because I want it to be like a surprise whenever I open it. Ooh, Stephen Miller says, looks great and I will get one eventually, right? I can put this in like basically either my purse or just carry it along. And I usually do things like this when I go to family gatherings and I want to teach something really quick, or maybe even like a longer dinner and stuff. This one's a little long, so maybe if you go someplace to a person's house and you don't want to take your IKEA bag full of stuff, or I guess they have the big, you know, somebody's bags that they have like they're huge backpacks where you have stacks of games in them. If you don't want to lug around a ton of games, these are super great to mess with, right? Stephen Miller says, I love one-page bulge. Okay. All right. So maybe I'll have to try this one next as far as the box openings and playthrough goes. I'm a fan of military style games too. So although these ones I like the fantasy base, like if it's a very like military style game, like I'm super into that as well. Did they reprint Rivets? Not that I know of, and I don't know if they're going to or not, or I'm not sure. I personally am not super familiar with Rivets, so I don't know on that. Let's see here. Your Dog News says, I ordered all of these on the Kickstarter and I can't wait until shipping starts up again. I know they had to pause shipping on this, and we apologize for that, but you know, we had to put everybody's safety into account for that, and we want to get everything out to you guys as soon as possible because we're excited for you guys to get the games too, you know? So I have the original. Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right, then I'm going to have to maybe try either the Bulge or, okay, let me take a look at the backs of these. Armies of the Undead. We're going to play one of these army games, okay? So Armies of the Undead or the Battle of the Bulge, okay? One of these are coming soon. Other than that, make sure to stay tuned for Deadly Doodles on Thursdays, where everybody can play along, as well as on Fridays, our playthrough of the Awful Green Things from Outer Space. And I believe Hunter is also doing something as well. He's been doing stuff here and there. So Ribbons isn't Steve Jackson's old metagaming projects. Okay, I'm going to have to look that up. I have never heard of that before. All right. Well, thank you so much for everybody that joined us today. We appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with us. And we appreciate all of the comments that you guys give us in the chat and all of the sweet tips here of that Phineas gave us on the awful green things from outer space. I know Dr. GloryHoundd is watching and he's like taking mental notes right now for his game that we're going to do on Friday with this. We will see you guys later in the week. Have a good one.